two criteria to real barbecue. One is that it's cooked at low temperatures, typically between 180 and 250 degrees. And the other definition of barbecue is it's cooked with real wood smoke. My name is Bob Bringhurst. Becky and I actually started Becky's Barbecue here almost 15 years ago. It'll be 15 years come the end of July. This is our main barbecue pit right here. It's actually built into the wall. Outside is a separate firebox. When you do barbecue, it's usually done with real wood, and I use hickory wood here, with indirect heat and smoke. So there's a separate firebox, and the heat and smoke comes up through a vent into the main pit. And I'll open this up real briefly here. This is our main pit, as you can see. I have chicken and ribs in there now. For the pulled pork, we do whole pork shoulders. In fact, when we take it out of the pit, we have to be careful because, you know, it can just, like I said, fall apart in your hands if you're not careful. As far as barbecue goes, my favorite is pulled pork. There's nothing like a pulled pork sandwich, and ribs done right. Okay, get that trimmed off. Now what we're left is what they call a St. Louis cut of rib. It's the center cut of the spare rib. And again, we're going to take this, and the next thing we're going to do is season it. We have a seasoning we make here. It's a blend of different spices, a dry rub. Just rub it in. It's like dry marinade is basically what a dry rub is. We're going to take this, and then we're going to stack them in. So we're going to put them in a bucket, and then we'll leave them overnight. That gives this dry rub a chance to just kind of sit and penetrate the meat. Most of our sides are all homemade here. We do red bliss potatoes from scratch for our mashed potatoes and potato salad. We do a honey vinegar based coleslaw. We do again from scratch. And we do Becky's bean recipe, which is 3 kinds of beans that are baked. We used to have people over, and I would do the barbecue and she had her side dishes. So when we started this, I did the barbecue, the ribs, the chicken, the pork, and the beef, and all the sides were all her recipes. Becky always wanted to have her own business. But I thought, you know, since we have something that's a little different, kind of a niche product, not just doing hamburgers like everybody else, that maybe we might have a shot. But as far as the whole decoration, Becky originally, her family had a Fair Home Dairy up in Portsmouth years and years ago, which was a big dairy, provided milk and other things to the schools and everything. And so she decorated this with a lot of her old stuff. You can see this is Fair Home Dairy, of course. It's a lot of the old milk cartons, in fact the little ones, and old milk pails. We were originally first loved in the 8th grade. Broke up, we got back together, and when we left high school we both went to different colleges. I went out of state, and we kind of went our own ways. But in 1994 we both moved back to the island here. Myself from St. Louis and herself from Alaska. She was from Alaska. And we kind of got back together. We've been voted, for example, this one, Best Ribs Newport County by the readers themselves, which to me means a lot more because the readers, they don't have any agenda or anything. So when you're voted best by the actual people that eat it, that's always, you know, really nice. And we've been voted, I just found out we were voted again last year, Best Ribs Newport County, and I went back and checked. We've been voted in the last few years, I believe it was either 5 or 6 times by the readers voted Best Ribs in Newport County. When people tell you that they really enjoyed it, or that, you know, wow, this barbecue is as good as my favorite place back home, that's the kind of satisfaction that really makes it worthwhile, because it is a lot of work to have a small business. When customers really like and appreciate what you're providing for them, that always gives you a warm feeling.